We will now discuss some of our business process enablers. We will begin with the Business Process Management System, otherwise known as BPMS. This is the Syscom's process repository that captures, documents, and shares authoritative processes designed to help employees execute their work in compliance of laws, regulations, standards, and policies. The BPMS is NAFAC's one-stop shop for enterprise standard business processes. You can access the BPMS from any NAFAC SharePoint site by clicking on the Tools menu at the top of the screen, and there you'll see a link for Business Process Management System. One of the BPMS documents is for the work management process. This process essentially details out 7 key steps that every work order we do at NAFAC goes through. Within this diagram, we also inserted some of the key work management applications within each step. Starting with step number 1, which is the work reception step. This is where someone within NAFAC will receive new work requests and enter the information into the work induction system, WIS, which is a module within Maximo. The work induction system is essentially the entry point for most of the new work that we receive at NAFAC. And key information is entered into the work induction system, such as the project title and description, the location UIC of the work, as well as the relevant product and service line and deliverable. After the work is entered and saved in the work induction system, in step number 2, we will then induct the work. This is typically done by the same person. But within induction, that step will trigger what we call routing rules. And these rules will determine where the work order will be created in either eProjects or Maximo. These are our 2 work management applications. In addition to determining where the work will reside, it will also determine the relevant responsible and execution team, essentially the team that is responsible or accountable for the work and the team that is executing the work, such as a Public Works Department, a Marine Corps FIAD, a ROIC, or the FEC Corps. In step number 3 is what we call initiating the project. Now that we have a work order in eProjects and Maximo, we will begin to assign our team. It can consist of a project manager, construction manager, program analyst, engineers, and any other key role on the work order. Typically, the project manager is responsible for the key information within eProjects and Maximo to ensure that we have proper recording and good information for our metrics. In step number 4 is what we call develop project. It may be determined that we need outside contractors to help with the execution of the work, or we may need to purchase software or material for the project. In that case, in step number 4, we would need to fill out an electronic contract request, otherwise known as an ECR. The ECR screen exists in both eProjects and Maximo. Any NAFAC team member on the project can fill out the ECR. Once the ECR is submitted, it is then interfaced over into eContracts in step number 5. Here's where our contracting personnel will receive the ECR and review it. They will determine whether or not the ECR will be accepted or rejected. If the ECR is rejected, it will be returned back to eProjects or Maximo for revision and then resubmission. If the ECR is accepted, that will begin the solicitation process. And key information is then stored in e-contracts, such as who the vendor is, the award amount, the award date of the contract. All of that information is automatically interfaced back over into eProjects and Maximo. In step number 6 is our execution of work. Now that we have our NAFAC personnel assigned to the project, as well as any outside contractors, or we've received any other material that we need to execute the work, we can now perform step number 6. Key information is stored in eProjects during the execution phase, such as text, key date information, milestone information, all for reporting in our metrics. And step number 7 is the closeout project step. Here we deliver the product and service to our customer. This also can include some closeout functions, including financial closeout, as well as contract closeout. So essentially, every work order here at NAFAC goes through these key 7 steps, all the way from a MILCON project down to there's a leaky faucet in the bathroom and a work order is created for that service call. As we mentioned, Maximo is one of our work management applications. Maximo is primarily used by the Public Works Directorate, but there are some exceptions. And then we have IE FactMan. IE FactMan stands for Interoperable Enterprise Facilities Management. IE FactMan is comprised of eProjects, eTracker for funds workflow, and eContracts. This concludes our video.